final time in Dallas Stars history, we can say welcome to Rexall Place in Edmonton, Alberta. The second oldest arena in the National Hockey League is in its final season. More on that in our next segment. But for now, the only history the Stars are interested in is the history they are making. A franchise best 25-1 start through 26 games as a 4-game road trip wraps up tonight against the Edmonton Oilers. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Dallas Stars Hockey. Dave Strader along with Daryl Ray. Razor a 4-2 win in Vancouver last night, allowing just 16 shots. Nice response to the collapse on Tuesday night in Calgary. And although the top line got younger, it was an old version of it that actually led the way.
Version from 2 years ago. They reunited them, and, you know, talented young players always want to play with talented young players, and Val Nichushkin is a talented young player. Got reunited with Sagan and Ben last night. They were dynamic in the victory. Jamie was held off the sheet, but did the grunt work on the crew. They played straight up against the Sedins a lot. Sagan with 8 shots and a goal. Val with a goal and a helper. His best game this season. Best game in a couple of seasons for the Dallas Stars. You could feel this coming. Beautiful individual loping goal to knot the game at 1 early on. That's exactly what he's best at. Skate away from people, shield the puck, then a dazzling between the legs assist on Tyler Sagan's tally. He just looked like a guy that was very comfortable back in that spot once again. And I bet this is like a rocket fuel for him as he takes off. Hopefully they back it up here again tonight.
Edmonton Oilers are tied for the last spot in the Western Conference. You know they'd hoped at this point of the season, Razor, to be in a different place. They've had so many injuries, including Connor McDavid, but yet you still look up and down this roster. So much young talent.
Well, it doesn't feel as dystopic around here as it has the previous, 4, 5, 6 years, but still they only have 9 victories. And they do have this pool of wonderful young talent. The guy that sort of stepped to the forefront for them with the injury to McDavid is 20-year-old center iceman Leon Draisaitl. He's come in and played great. I know it's a small sample size, but his points per game are 6th best in the NHL right now. What he's done is he's meshed really well with Taylor Hall on their top line. The two of them were almost unstoppable for a while. They've gone a little bit quiet lately. Just 1 goal in the last half dozen games, but what Draisaitl can do is attack the net. He's a big guy. He can hold people off. He's got a wonderful touch around the net, real quick release. So I'm eager to see who he plays against here tonight. If he ends up going head-to-head with Sagan or head-to-head with Spezza, or if it's somebody else. This is a good tune-up, I think, for both these groups tonight.
Whether you played in this building before becoming a broadcaster or simply broadcast for 30 years in the National Hockey League, everybody has a favorite memory of this arena. And Rexall in its final season in our spotlight when we come back. Back in Edmonton, Alberta, and Rexall Place, for good reason, Razor. The old barn is the subject of tonight's spotlight, delivered by My Bariatric Solutions.
Yes, it's our final visit to 118th Avenue and Wayne Gretzky Drive. Stars have had nothing but success. It's been home away from home. Yes, the banners from the 80s and what have you, but look at the numbers on the Stars in the regular season and in the playoffs, where they have won 11 of 15 in their career. So a memory from both. Go back to the 1999 playoffs, a 4-game sweep, a difficult 4-game sweep. And in that 4th game, triple overtime, Eddie Belfour would not relent. And in that 3rd overtime period, Joe Nieuwendyk in front of the net, Sergei Zubov from the blue line, boom. Late in the night, we arrived back in Big D. Probably the most memorable of the regular season games, and there were plenty of them. It looked like they were going to salt away a 5-4 victory. Instead, Patrick Stefan, with a miracle oopsie-daisy with the empty netter, they go the other direction. Hey, I know that guy. Alen Hemsky walks around Marty Turco to knot it. The Stars went on to win it in a shootout. It's going to live in infamy forever. I'll never see another thing like that, but a lot of wacky stuff happened in this building through the years. What will we see tonight in the finale?
Well, you just mentioned it. Alen Hemsky, the former Oiler, was part of one of those memorable moments in Stars history in this building. Tonight, he hoped to help the visitors keep up their winning ways. Dallas Stars Hockey on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Ford. The Ford Holiday Sales Event is happening now at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Edmonton, Alberta, as this 4-game road trip wraps up between the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. There's Travis Moen back in the lineup as Patrick Eaves is the scratch tonight. First game for Travis in the lineup since way back on October the 15th. that trip through the state of Florida as the Oilers dump it now deep into the Stars zone. Johnny Oduya back to get it. Moves it all the way out past the stick of Sekera, so they wave off the icing. Nielsen plays it around the boards on the near side, and it's sent back across the far side of center ice, picked up by Oduya inside his own zone, hands it off for Roussel, or tried to. Now it's taken by Letestu, and he'll fire it in behind Antiniemi, getting the start here tonight in this back-to-back situation after the nice performance by Kari Lehtonen last night. Little bank pass from Patrick Sharp, who had the game winner last night. Lobs it in deep. Both teams making their first changes as the Oilers out of their own zone. Taylor Hall had to go off his stick. Klingberg sends it ahead now to Tyler Seguin. He gets through for a chance here, and a glove save by Nielsen.
Wow, get out the salve for Fane. Tyler Seguin danced him. Little toe drag. Great up by Klingberg. That's a redundancy, and then he just whips it through there, and a sassy glove save by Nielsen. Boy, tough first stop, eyeball to eyeball, with one of the leading goal scorers in the game.
Draw comes out to Klingberg for a shot that's lobbed in wide as Nichushkin, no surprise, staying on this line with Seguin and Jamie Benn. Back to the line, it's Goligoski, who was added an assist after the game on the empty net goal, so a 3-assist game for Goligoski last night. As it turns out, Taylor Hall played at center ice. It's kicked ahead by Benn, but recovered by the Oilers defense off the stick of Draisaitl and taken back here by Goligoski. Pass was deflected by Eberle, but recovered and sent back into the Edmonton zone. Stars moving from left to right here in the first period, as we've mentioned a couple of times. Final visit for the Dallas Stars into this second oldest arena in the National Hockey League. Pakarinen sends it across on the far side. Nugent Hopkins gets it in deep now in the far corner. Nugent Hopkins sends it along the end boards for Teddy Purcell. Nugent Hopkins will it again, sends it out to the line. Schultz tried to return it to number 93. It's off his skate, and it's sent ahead for Ales Hemsky. Starting on the line here with Spezza and Janmark. Hemsky sends it along. Greiba is there and taps it to the side of his own goal. And the Oilers will come out with it. Backhanded on the far side for a rush into the Stars zone. Centering pass intercepted by Alexiak. He and Nemeth drew some praise from their coach, Lindy Ruff, for their performance last night, and both staying in the game and staying as a tandem. Fiddler knocked down by Jujhar Khaira, number 54, playing in just his fourth game, coming up from Bakersfield in the American Hockey League. A lot of injuries for these Edmonton Oilers now as across the line. There is Travis Moen, but the play is offside. Now we'll take a look at tonight's starting goalies presented by Total Hockey.
Well, Antiniemi goes back in tonight. He started the first two games of this road trip win at Minnesota and then the shootout loss in Calgary. He's 11-1-2 against the Oilers in his career, and we already know who's in net for the Edmonton Oilers. What a stop by Anders Nilsson on Seguin. Starts his fourth in a row, looking to improve his personal record to 500. He's been great lately.
He was terrific at the game at American Airlines Center.
He was busy.
He was busy. Faced 51 shots, made 48 saves, gave up a couple he'd like to have back as a long-range shot here by Korpikoski goes wide. Rebound chance to Niemi. Got across with the glove. Made a terrific stop on the far side as Letestu had an opportunity after the initial thrust by Korpikoski, and a lead pass now for Roussel. He's tied up along the board, but rolls it along in behind the Edmonton net. Up the near side, Cody Eakin gets one hand on it for Sharp. Eakin, Sharp, and Roussel stay together to start things as the centering pass is blocked and taken out to center ice by Hendricks. He'll just roll it in deep as both teams will look to make changes. Two top lines will come out and go head-to-head once again. Draisaitl, Hall, and Eberle for the Oilers. There's a lead pass for Benn. He's in behind the defense with a shot. A save made by Nielsen.
Boy, it's the same pair on defense for the Oilers. They got roasted on the first shift and glided through again on their second.
First time Seguin, second time Benn. Now Sagan's pass for Jamie just out of his reach, and this will go far enough for icing and a face-off back in the Dallas zone.
Man, Klefbom and Fane have had a rough beginning to this. Stars, though, almost gave up the opening goal. This is exactly what Niemi has done for the Stars. Big, juicy rebound off the end boards. A lot of guys would have been stuck, might not have got there. Instead, he reaches out, makes that save. Terrible decision by the Oilers in neutral ice. Klefbom and Taylor Hall were next to one another, and the Stars walk in again on their goaltender. Two prime scoring opportunities.
Draw controlled by Nugent Hopkins. He tries to send it toward the Stars goal, but it's cleared away by Seguin to center ice. Then across by Schultz and dumped by Greiba along the boards in behind the Emmy. Nugent Hopkins gets a stick on it. It along the end boards is Purcell, centering pass. And it gets by a couple of sticks, and the Stars able to get to it to push it to center ice. Now Purcell hands it off. Nugent Hopkins with a shot that's blocked by Goligoski. Nugent Hopkins follows up, but it's knocked away from him, and Nichushkin will send it across. It was deflected, and Goligoski has no play except to lob it back the other way. It got by Greiba, and that's going to be an icing call against the Stars.
The sheet looks pretty swift down there to start the game anyway. Things have always happened really quick in this building. You know, some of the most epic playoff and regular season battles between two clubs came in this building and at Reunion Arena in Dallas way back in the day.
Lander wins the draw from Seguin. Long-range shot found its way through, and Niemi able to hang on to it with a lot of traffic in front.
Way back when, it used to be the different styles were making the fight. Now every team's just about the same, but back then it was like the young Oilers who were up against it financially would come out and try to kill the Dallas Stars, who were more talented, and they would hang with them. Pretty simple shot from the blue line off that faceoff win. They tried to hang with them, and they would till the end, and then the cream would rise.
Oh, a chance right off the draw. Save Niemi. He makes another stop.
Boy, that's almost identical to the goal that was scored by Calgary. I'm sure that's scouting.
Here's Hemsky now with a shot that's blocked. Yeah, both cases, Razor, it's a draw. It looks like the Stars win, but it gets by everybody, and all of a sudden the goaltender's forced to make a save. Or not.
Boy, Niemi's had to be sharp here. A couple of tricky little plays in tight.
Alexiak plays it ahead. Here's Hemsky across the line. He drops it back. Janmark sends it in front for a chance that's deflected and goes just wide on the near side.
Boy, Nemeth jumped up as a defenseman on the rush. The Oilers didn't have any heat coming with their forwards back. That's why Hemsky had as much time to delay and then spot the defenseman joining and hit him.
Now Oduya hands it off to Nemeth as the Stars trying to complete a change. Colt Sevier will deflect it along in behind Nielsen. He plays it up the near side. Kara couldn't get it out of there. Now it's picked up by Fiddler behind the net. Working against Spain. Wheels and fires it back in deep. Taken by Travis Moen. Tries to tuck it in front. Nielsen got the paddle of the goal stick down. Now it's picked up for a chance by Fiddler. And a save by Nielsen. Like both goaltenders have been forced to make a couple of saves. And now back the other way. Here come the Oilers with a chance. Saved by Niemi. As Jujhar Khaira was dangerous up the right wing side.
It's a high event start to this game tonight. Good. Dazzling. Here's the one right off the draw. Quick hand. Gets around big Alexiak. He's got good reach, but sometimes that reach is outside, going the other direction. The herd was coming late as the Oilers chased the Stars back to their own net. Then the last rush. We're getting lots of opportunities off the rush for both teams, and both netminders have sparkled. Really, when you're getting that, it's all about whether your forwards are on the outside or the defensive side of pucks. Up ice.
Ooh, Goligoski took a hard hit along the boards. He was bent over and fortunately gets back up to look to make the play, but he was stunned a bit there. As Cody Eakin sends it left wing side, broken up by Greiba. Eakin follows up now and pushes it deep into the Oilers zone. Runs into Schultz. Sharp trying to get in there on the forecheck as well. Now Sharp has it knocked away. Hendricks challenged by Roussel. The puck comes free. Korpikoski on the far side is bumped. They jam up along the boards. Korpikoski finally get it to the middle of the ice. And Letestu will send it in deep in behind the Emmy. Goligoski back there to get it. 6.5 gone by here in the first period. Pass to center ice for Sharp. He got a stick on it, so the icing waved off, and the Stars will make the change they were looking to make. Danger pass intercepted in front of him for Seguin. And did Nielsen get a piece of that? It's centered from the end boards all the way out to the near side for Jamie Benn. He'll hammer one here right through, and a save by Nielsen. Cleared off the far boards, and now the Oilers back the other way. Penalty against Edmonton will stop this rush.
This is off the hook tonight.
Wow. Darnell Nurse going to the penalty box. A lot of activity in these first 6+ minutes. No score.
Well, no score here, and that's a small miracle with the chances at both ends, as it's been pretty wide open. The Stars' top line has had some golden opportunities. There's been some catastrophizing in the Oiler defense. A simple D-to-D gets poached, by Jamie Benn. He feeds Seguin. We saw a lot of that last night, too. Tyler Seguin finished the game with 8 shots on goal, missed the net a few times, and he missed the net in the slot on that one.
Darnell Nurse is in the box, and a power play, the first of this game for the Dallas Stars, who haven't been getting that many opportunities, and they've gone a little bit stale with the man advantage. Right here, the Oilers control and able to send it all the way back down the ice. The Stars overall still ranked 3rd, but 0 for 7 in their last 3 games, and just 3 power play goals in their last 8. Spezza, Seguin sends it across. Here's Benn. Jamie Benn with a shot pass to the front, redirected by Sharp, and a save made by Nielsen.
Yeah, Nielsen's been really good. This is nicely generated. I mean, Sharp has to take a hit in order to redirect this toward the net. They get in. Their entries have been impeccable for the most part. Little delay, some time and space. They get the redirect, and Big Nielsen read it beautifully. Drops down, gets the right pad on it, controls his rebound, which is probably going to be key. He was a very busy boy when these two teams met in Dallas, when the Stars outshot him 52-28.
Short-handed Oilers control the draw, but around it's kept in by Spezza. Hands it off now for Jamie Benn. Benn will settle things down now as they spread it out on this power play. Nobody moving right now as Spezza sends it across now. Klingberg left point. Walks to the middle of the blue line. Now hands it off on the far side. Seguin with it there. Lets it go. Redirected by Benn up high off the glass. Coming down to Spezza to keep it alive. Sends it across on the far side. Here's Tyler again with a drive and a save by Nielsen. And it's up on the netting and out of play.
You want to be aggressive with your penalty killing, but you don't want everybody to go after one guy, and that's what happened. And the Stars were ahead of them here on this. The Oilers probably fortunate. Watch this. After the initial bid, it goes over. There goes everybody in blue onto one side, and immediately the Stars change the point of attack. There's nobody on that side but Tyler Seguin, and a shoulder save by Big Nielsen to make sure this stays 0-0.
Yeah, big indeed. He's listed at 6'5", 227. Originally an Islander draft pick. Went over and played in the KHL before coming back. As here is Jordie Benn with it. Sets up along the near boards. 55 seconds remaining in the Edmonton penalty. Goligoski straight away. Little backhand flip now for Nichushkin. Hands it off down low for Hemsky. Walks it up high. Ales Hemsky now straight away. Goligoski didn't have a shooting lane. Back to Hemsky far side. Goligoski again. Near side now for Jordie Benn. Jordie takes a look. Goes back to Goligoski. He'll try a shot pass to the front. That was blocked by Hendricks. Comes back to number 33. He'll hand it off on the far side for Hemsky again. Near side. He tried to hit Jordie. Now centered right in front and covered up in the crease by Nielsen.
Well, one thing I believe the Stars power play has not been able to generate much of lately are mad scrambles, puck fights right on the lip of the crease. For the most part, it's been, pretty nice lyrical passing and some beautiful setups and one and done. And some of it's been goaltending, some of it's just been missing the net, and then the other team gets it all the way down the ice.
Well, the top unit comes out again for the end of this power play chance, but it's knocked away and cleared down the ice by Nugent Hopkins, who's bothering Klingberg, who circles around now with 15 seconds still remaining in this power play. Klingberg will hand it off on the near side for Patrick Sharp. Sharp takes it deep, all the way to the corner, angles it off the far boards around where it's taken by Tyler Seguin. Nurse getting ready to step out of the box. It comes to the near side for Spezza. Spezza hands it off for a long one-timer by Klingberg. Misses the net. Rebound chance to stop. Oilers back at full strength. Jamie Benn on the far side behind the net. Taken here by Seguin. He bounces the puck toward the front, and it's cleared back out to center ice. And Johnny Oduya, who just checked on, picks it up for the Stars as it remains scoreless here. A little over 9 minutes gone in the first.
Well, the power play kept the pressure on and lots of zone time. The only real positive out of it. A couple good looks, but Anders Nilsson equal to the task. He's been terrific.
3 shots and a couple of glorious chances on that power play. Fiddler back the other way now on a rush. Backhands it in front. Trying to hit the stick of Travis Moen, who was coming in. Now it's back for Moen along the end boards. He battles in deep as it's knocked away. And recovered now by Fiddler. Now back for Moen and Nurse to go at it again. Now Nurse able to get his stick free. It's out to the line, and going to be a hooking call here. And this might be with Moen and Nurse were kind of going at each other. I think Travis Moen is the one going up.
Yes, that's evident. He got on the wrong side of him, and it's tough to get back into the battle of games. There's no question that Travis Moen is in good shape. He got skated after every practice. extra on every game day. It's a pretty ticky-tacky little call. Boy, if you want to see the epitome of a good pro, it's Travis Mullen. No complaints. How do you complain when your team's winning every night? But he put in the work every day, getting an opportunity back in the lineup here tonight.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers go to work on their power play, ranked 19th in the National Hockey League, as it's over the stick of Schultz and out to center ice. Schultz unable to hold that easy one in.
Well, Nugent Hopkins is the guy that most of the good flows through for them on the power play. He'll work the half wall. He has the puck right now.
Carries it across center ice and sends it to the far corner of the Star zone, and these active boards, it rolls right in on Niemi. He covers it.
We talked a lot about Miller last night. We'll talk about it here again tonight as you enjoy a good one. Remember, Miller time is coming up later in the game, brought to you by Pilsner Brewed Miller Light. Miller was anything but light last night in net for the Vancouver Canucks. He almost ruined the evening. He was so good, right up to the point where he needed to be excellent.
And at 38 remaining in the Moen penalty, draw controlled by Fiddler around. It could be, no, I thought it was going to be a shorthanded odd man break maybe from center ice, but the puck didn't cooperate. Now the Stars do regain and dump it all the way back down behind the Edmonton goal. Schultz will start it back now, the right-hand shooting defenseman. Hands it off to Nugent Hopkins now for Hall. Taylor Hall's pass is blocked. It comes to Nugent Hopkins, sends it far side. Oh, it was swept off the stick of Fiddler and just wide of Niemi.
Boy, a little more intensity on the puck.
Now Purcell knocked away, and it's cleared by Fiddler.
And a couple of curious plays there, both Sevier and Vern Fiddler, the Stars' top pair as far as penalty killers are concerned, and just about got stripped for a tally there.
Now the dangerous shorthanded tandem of Jamie Benn and Cody Eaton come out as the Oilers get it deep, and as they feed it out to the right point, there was nobody there, and Andre Sekera has to go back into his own zone. Sekera being watched by Cody Eakin. Now it comes to Larry Korpikoski. He goes to Letestu, feeds it on the far side, a little too far for Everly. Turned back the other way, and here comes Jamie Benn. Takes it up the far side. 3 Oilers are back. And so Benn will go for a skate back into his own zone.
Well, you don't see this much. Rag a little bit of time.
Now it's dumped all the way down the ice. Down to the final 20 seconds of the Moen penalty.
That's the thing about Jamie Benn. He's such a alert, talented, gifted penalty killer, too, along with all the offense.
Draisaitl tried to feather a pass through. Big hit on Jordy Benn, but he took the hit. The puck is cleared. A race for it. And Sharp trying to get there ahead of Fane. Fane had position. Now Sharp able to get a stick on it across for Roussel. Moen is out of the box. So each team with a successful penalty kill in the books here in the first period. Angled back off the boards, and Nurse with it now. Started the season in Bakersfield in the American Hockey League again with all the injuries Todd McClellan's club has had to endure. And Mark put it off the side of the net. It's recovered here by Spezza. He wheels, tries to get it to the front. Letestu intercepts. He angles it off the end board behind his own net. Now it comes back to Letestu on the near side. Penalty coming against the Stars. And it looks like it will be a high sticking call. So after a successful penalty kill for the Dallas Stars, they will be shorthanded.
The light sinning Matthias Janmark sits in the sin bin. A high stick in behind the net when he rigged the face of Hendricks and got nailed for it. There, the nose picker through the head, and he goes to the box. So this game was rolling along. It was a pretty good river hockey game back and forth, and the power plays sort of messed it up a little bit, where it gets stationary in one end or the other. Stars had a power play, then the Oilers, and now the Oilers backing it up again here.
Just the second time this season that Janmark's been in the penalty boxes. Third and fourth penalty minutes of the season.
Young Draisaitl we talked about off the top tonight.
Wins the draw back to Schultz. He drops it back now for Hall. Hall tried to send it back to the line. It was blocked. Draisaitl had to go to the bench, get a new stick. And now the Oilers into the Stars zone. It's knocked away by Fiddler, and Fiddler finds open ice and sends it all the way back down. Justin Schultz off from behind his own net. Over 7 minutes remaining in this first period, scoreless. As Purcell hit the line, it's offside.
Well, their special teams are a little bit improved, especially the other side of it here under Todd McClellan, the Oilers' 7th head coach in the last 8 seasons. He's finding the sledding every bit as tough as his predecessors have. you know, they're buckled a little bit by injuries, but everybody runs into that. Connor McDavid, the obvious one, out with broken clavicle. Yakupov, another.
Now Alexiak with it after the Stars want to draw around the boards. It was blocked on the far side. Goligoski took his man down. But now the Oilers have it. They work it around the outside. Here is Everly. Challenged by Cody Eakin. Karinen moved it along the boards. Now it comes back out to the line. Sekera hands it back on the far side for Everly. Just 3 goals on the season. Now straight away it's moved to the near side. Letestu with a one-timer. He beat Niemi, but it hit solidly off that far goal post. Held in at the line by Everly, but then he gave it away to Goligoski, who lobs it back center ice. Right back on the counterattack as the Stars are trying to make a quick change on the penalty kill. Straight away for Sekera. Winds up for a shot that hit Everly in front. Bounces up high on the glass. Now knocked down by Oduya, who plays it off the far boards, but not out. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty to Janmark. As Letestu had it knocked away. Fortunately for him, it rolled to Sekera. Now picked up on the far side for a shot pass to the front by Everly that didn't hit anything. Now here's Letestu on the near board. He's looking to make something happen on the backhand. Turns to the forehand. Hands it off down low. Orpakowski trying to get it through to Everly, and that shot was stopped by Niemi, and the puck cleared around the far side and all the way down the ice.
Their second unit with a good rotation, obviously, and came very close to opening the scoring here tonight. Very simplistic. Run an umbrella off top, set up someone for a one-timer.
Paul got into the zone with some speed, but Janmark is out of the box, and now here is Roussel sending it ahead to Mattias Janmark. He cuts to the middle. He sends it in wide of the Edmonton goal. Sevier tries to wheel it to the front. He's checked by Anton Lander, who then gave it away to Roussel. Roussel turns, knocked off his stick, and it's picked up by Jordy Ben back inside the Dallas zone. Angles it off the short glass. Picked up and sent across by Kara. Hall trying to rush through. He got control. He scores!
Well, this is a hiccup of a goal, but you give a guy like that an opportunity, he's going to make the most of it. It's a weird clearing attempt. It catches Nemeth, the defender, kind of flat-footed. It looks like it's going up. The Stars are trying to get a change in on their back end. Kara, pretty nice play by him. Big fourth liner. Rear East Indian in the National Hockey League sets up their leading scorer to open the scoring here tonight.
That'll be his first National Hockey League point, and this just his 4th game as this puck up into the Dallas bench and out of play. And so we will step aside. He did not have a goal in his last 6 games, but Taylor Hall gets his 10th in this one.
Frame, another peek at the goal. It's a botched clear, goes off the glass. The Stars are changing. Then it turns into a one-on-one, and Nemeth gets fishing for the puck. Hall has wonderful hand-eye, feet-eye coordination on that one to get in. And, you know, Niemi's thinking, well, maybe my D-man has it, and then he doesn't. Boom.
Nugent Hopkins sends it across now as the Oilers out of their own zone. Greible will lob it in wide of Niemi. 1-0 Oilers. Of course, the Stars gave up the first goal last night at Vancouver. One of the many stats that they have turned upside down. They still win even if they give up the first goal as this puck bounces in on Anders Nielsen. He covers up.
Well, if they could convert here early tonight, they'd have been up by 1 or 2 early on. Lindy Ruff starting about mid-season last year. Done excellent work in managing egos, which is usually ice time with players, and keeping the level of play consistent and at a high level. And that's continued through this year. I mean, again, they're a team that doesn't lose 2 in a row. Go about their business, whether bad things happen or not.
Draisaitl won the draw from Spezza, but it's contested along the end board. Sekera checked by Hemsky, and now Spezza turns to the forehand, looking to dish it to the front. Hands it off a set far boards for Hemsky. Drops it back down on the cycle for Spezza. Out near the blue line, that long reach protecting it. Away from Draisaitl, now played along the end boards. Picked up by Hemsky. He sends it out now to Klingberg. And Klingberg with a wrist shot here that's knocked down, and Jordan Eberle with it sends it across. And Taylor Hall, the goal scorer, gets it back from Sekera. Now Draisaitl tried to get it to the front. That was blocked by Goligoski, and Everly sends it along. Picked up by Taylor Hall again. Now Draisaitl sends it out in front for Everly. It was off his stick. It looked like he was trying to pull the trigger before he had it. Now here come the Stars. Could be a 3-on-2. Hemsky hands it off. Spezza with a chance and a save by Nielsen.
And they've been solo in front of him, what, 3-4 times here in the first period? Nothing to show. And not really a great bid on that one. Late in the shift, I'm sure they were a tad bit weary.
Now Jordy Ben sends it across to Oduya. Will wrist it along in behind the Edmonton goal.
Usually your goal scorers have tons of energy, though, when they get a chance like that.
Exactly.
They could be out there for 5 minutes and all of a sudden, what?
Now Oduya, pressured by Letestu, drops it back. Jordy Ben, stretch pass attempt here. Picked up by Roussel up the right wing side. Trying to cut in on Schultz, goes behind Lynette, tried to wrap around that went off his stick. Now sends it back in deep for Cody Eakin. Eakin spins away from Henrik, gets it to Sharp on the far side. Cycles it back for Nemeth with a drive that missed the net. Now kicked along by Alexiak. Hendricks overskates it. Cody Eakin now with it in the corner. Drops it back for Sharp. Sharp at the rim of the circle. Tries a shot that's blocked up on the netting and out of play.
Well, Jason Spezza popped a hat trick on Nilsson and the Oilers earlier this season in Dallas. Lots of time and space to dust off the pill. Man, that's terrible coverage by the Oilers coming back. They were too gassed to get back in a hurry, and Spezza winds this one wide. He's been hot. We documented it last night. He scored the empty net goal to salt the victory away in Vancouver. But it's been, I mean, Seguin, Ben, Spezza have all been right there, eyeball to eyeball, and haven't converted here tonight.
6 goals in the last 9 games for Jason Spezza. We talked about last night just shooting the puck a lot more. And now here's Seguin pulling it off the wall. Tried to feed it to Jamie Benn, but it's knocked away by Nugent Hopkins. Now on a second effort, number 93 for the Oilers, gets it back to center ice. Klingberg has it there. Pressured back by Purcell, sends it around. Now it comes to Tyler Seguin. He hands it off on the far side for the return, just out of his reach, and the puck rolls in.
Wow.
On Nielsen, he covers up. The Stars are making it easy for your child to learn how to skate and play hockey with the Junior Rookies program. Equipment and instruction are free to boys and girls from 8 to 12 years of age. For more information, visit DallasStars.com/rookies. By the way, the scoring on the goal, they've taken away Kara's first NHL point. They're just calling it unassisted for Hall.
Tyler Seguin with a burst of speed. Give and go. And nobody was going with Tyler.
Now jammed up along the far boards in the Oilers zone. Held in by the Stars. Picked up by Fiddler. Sends it to the side of the net. Steered aside by Nielsen. Played around by Schultz on the near side. Jordy Ben is there. He couldn't get it past the stick of Gastic, and it's back the other way now, and Oilers trying to go on the attack, but Schultz was broken up. It's back inside the Oiler line. Ryba hammers it. Goes all the way back down wide of Niemi. This will be icing against the Oilers.
Another game where there's no Jason Demers on defense for the Dallas Stars. It's interesting. I mean, he's an important guy. Plays a lot with Johnny Oduya. With him out of the lineup, it's been Jordy Ben who's moved up into that top 4 position with Oduya. Stars record is 2-2-1 without Demers. The wins at Vancouver last night and that heroic rally on home ice against Anaheim. They miss him when he's not in there.
That's right. He was serving that suspension earlier in the season. As Schultz able to work it back out to center ice. Here is Hemsky with it back at the Stars line. His pass intercepted. And a chance for Carroll that was deflected all the way to the far boards.
I think especially at this point of the period, those soft cross-ice passes like that can't be in your repertoire.
Yes. Now it is sent back behind the Stars goal. Alexiak will play it back up the near side for Hemsky. Alex Hemsky lobs it ahead, trying to catch up to it is Spezza. Arrives there along with Fane, drops it back down to Hemsky. Trying to move it along the boards, blocked by the Oilers. And Hendricks starts it back the other way. Less than a minute remaining here in the opening period. As Tutbom gets through a check, sends it to the front. A right pass save by Niemi. Now Letestu again. Turns center ice, hammers one off the near boards in behind the Stars net. And comes back behind the Dallas goal. Picked up now by Ben on the near side. Lingy Ben, 2 games in a row without a point. First time this season. He has it at center ice now. Pushes it ahead into the Edmonton zone. Double team, still trying to make a play with it. Now it's taken away. Draisaitl turns. He's pressured, hands it off. Approaching 20 seconds remaining in the period. Oilers get it out to center ice. It's picked up by Hall. Broken up by Klingberg, but picked up by Carey. He tries to drop it back. The Draisaitl coming late into the zone.
Good hustle by Nichushkin to come all the way back and help out.
Now back to the life force shot, but didn't get all the way through. It hit Hall. He turns, picks it up top of the far circle. Now out to Sekera. Sekera gets it through traffic. Where is it? And the green light goes on as it was a mad scramble just outside the Dallas goal crease area. And the period will end with the Oilers Razor leading 1-0.
It was quite a battle between Goligoski and Draisaitl in front of the net. You could see some of that back-to-back game weariness seep into the Stars late in the period. Good save by Niemi to make sure it's just a 1-0 hole that the Stars find themselves in. They did a lot of good in the opening frame, but the scoreboard says 1-0 Oil.
Well, they did a lot of good things against this Edmonton team, including out shooting them 14-8, and a lot of great chances like that one by Tyler Seguin. Niemi made some terrific stops as well, but the only goal, Taylor Hall, his 10th of the year, and the Oilers with a 1-0 lead at the end of the first period. Our first intermission in Alberta to wrap up a 4-game road trip for the Dallas Stars. They trail the Edmonton Oilers 1-0 as we get ready to start the second period. Fans, it's time for you to tweet your Better Fan photo. Be the 25th person to tweet your photo to @FoxSportsSW and use the hashtag BetterFanPhotoPromotion. And you could be on a future broadcast to receive a $25 gift card from Papa John's Pizza.
Well, it's a near miracle that the Stars aren't up by 3 or 4 goals because it was rather capacious in the Oiler end. The Stars had the opportunities too. Seguin right away, Ben twice, Seguin again. It was just repeatedly wide open top scores for the Dallas Stars. Spezza right down the guts of the slot, right down Jasper Avenue. Some of it was the performance of Anders Nilsson in net, who seems to be highly competitive and has a little bit of edginess to him and has played terrific for them recently, not just in the opening period here tonight. He's held the opponent 2 goals or fewer in 5 of the last 6 games, so he hasn't been an easy guy to squeeze a puck past.
Boy, there was a lot made in the offseason about where Cam Talbot was going to sign Razor after the terrific season as the backup to King Henrik in New York. And so Talbot signs here, but it's Anders Nilsson that's gotten everybody's attention of late, and he's getting the bulk of the work, and he's earned it as the puck goes into the Dallas zone to start things off here in period number 2. Counts for 14-8 for the Stars in that first period. Up in the far circle, a shot goes wide on the short side of Niemi, around the board, taken by Sekera. He makes a nice little move. Roussel gets it to the front. A right pad saved by Niemi, who was looking to his left and then flashed the pad out to his right. Back the other way, Roussel on the attack with a shot that's blocked up on the netting and out of play.
That's their top pair, Sekera and Nurse. And Roussel trying to hang with him to stay in that shot lane up top. This almost looked accidental as far as the save by Niemi. You know, you look one way and it hits him. Hear the traffic in front. Look one way. Good Flint save with the blocker to keep that one out. He's got long arms, much longer than Kari Lettinen's, and Lettinen is 2 inches taller.
Lindbergh fired one in from center ice right on the goaltender Nielsen to keep him honest as the 2 top lines out here against each other. Taken wide. Carroll with a shot. Left pad saved by Niemi. Now picked up by Seguin, sends it ahead to Jamie Benn. Knocked off of his stick and chased down by Greiba. Jamie steps into him. Puck comes free now for Tyler Seguin. Makes a little move, gets a shot through. Save made by Nielsen. Picked up now by Benn on the far side for Klingberg with a drive. He missed the net.
Well, he was wide open, all alone with his stick high in the air. Lots of room. Terrible defensive coverage by the Oilers, but they escape it.
Now Janmark pushes it into the Oilers zone. It'll be picked up by Fane in the near corner. Rolls it around and missed the stick of Schulte. It'll be recovered by Janmark again. Trying to get it to Hemke cutting in front. Now Nugent Hopkins with it. Hands it off to Everly. And Everly plays it up the boards. Bakarinen tried to make a play. It was broken up by Nemeth. Bakarinen back to play it back into his own zone, and Fane has to go back after it. Fane in his own zone, sends it across. They look out to center ice, nothing there. The Stars have all 5 players packed between the 2 blue lines. Now as it's Hendricks playing it back into the Stars zone. Nemeth will play it around. Travis Moen Tipped it off the near boards, but it doesn't come out. Deflected back to the far side. Nemeth again moves it to Colton Sevier. He finds Moen at center ice now. Into the zone with speed with the Edmonton native Vern Fiddler. Fiddler peels back. It's a turn away from Korpikoski. He gets it out in front off the stick. Picked up by Sevier, and that sounded like it hit iron.
Caught a piece of Nilsson, and you could hear it ting off the far pipe out of a pile. Prior to all that, there wasn't as many bodies between Nilsson and the Stars shooter. Good forecheck by the Stars top line. They get this one back in front. The Oilers all come back to the net, but I mean, Klingberg was inside the top of the circle when he missed the net with that bid, and then this one out of the punch, boom. Right through Sekera and off Nilsson, off the pipe, and stays out.
Face off in the Oilers zone. Eakin wins it cleanly. Jordy Ben with a shot just up over top of the net. Laid up the near boards, and Purcell slides it across neutral ice. Jordy Ben plays it back for Roussel off his skate, trying to make a play on it. And finally, it's backhanded by Lander into the Dallas Stars zone. Oduya will angle it off the end boards. Helped around by Jordy Ben on the far side. Roussel had it knocked off his stick. Still deep in Dallas territory. Oduya drops it back to Jordy. Pressured by Luke Gazdic, former Dallas property. Played several years in the organization in the minors. As Purcell with a shot that goes wide on the glove side. Gazdic tries to move it along. Now Draisaitl is Tom McClellan getting his top line out here. Long range shot, rebound off the end boards. It's in the blue paint, and it comes free to the near side and cleared, fortunately for the Stars, out to center ice. Fired right back in by Klefbom, but it goes out of play.
That was Kara that went to the front of the net, and I think it just sort of bumbled with his feet in front. Niemi had no clue where it had gone. Another one of these big, juicy rebounds off the end boards. Just about. Kid couldn't quite find it. Happened back in the first period. Niemi had to make a glove save. This one rattled around for a second, and Cody Eakin, who's like suspenders in a belt in his own zone, right there to grab the puck and get it out of danger.
Nick Kara has been moved up on this line with Draisaitl and Hall for several shifts now, and number 54 wristed in wide of Niemi. Back to get it is Klingberg. He plays it up the far side, and Big Val Nichushkin's backhand feet doesn't come out of the zone. It goes to the stick of Klingberg, who clears it. Now it's dumped by Darnell Nurse all the way around behind Niemi up the near side, and Goligoski will send it out to center ice. Nurse back to get it. Nichushkin on him, angled off the end boards. Now Sekera wraps it around on the near side. Draisaitl broken up by Jamie Benn. A pass for Ben, and just knocked away by Sekera. And Kara will get it to center ice and just roll it along in behind the Dallas goal. Settled down by Niemi, and Goligoski out with it. Hands it off to Klingberg. 1-0 Oilers on the first period goal by Taylor Hall, unassisted, his 10th goal of the season. That was Goligoski all the way up into the Oilers zone, just off the bench of Spezza. He kept it in with a shot right through it. Deflected wide by Nielsen. Now here's Hemsky with it back to Spezza on the near wall. Spezza with a shot again, and that climbs up off the glass on the far side. Held in by Alexiak. Hemsky rolls it around there. Spezza again, working against Nugent Hopkins. Howard Schultz able to get it out to center ice, and hustling back was Matthias Janmark to make a play on it. He'll circle back inside his own zone. Hands it off to Hemsky on the far side. Takes a little move on Greiba, takes it wide. Hemsky still controls, has it out the near side. All the way out to the line, Nemeth has it. He sends it to the front, redirected wide by Janmark. Sends it right back to the goal mouth. Off the near boards, out to the point, Nemeth again. Nielsen saw that one all the way. Schultz didn't get much on that clearing attempt. Nugent Hopkins getting some help from Greiba. And now Schultz will give it back to big number 62. He rolls it back in deep, and a little pressure there from Sevier. And the Nugent Hopkins able to get it off the wall for Jordan Eberle. Long range shot here. And that's deflected up on the netting behind Niemi and out of play.
Well, I know in past, Lindy Ruff has talked about the lack of execution sometimes with his group offensively, and I think they've sort of drifted into that territory once again. And not just tonight. Last night, previous games on this road trip, they had to rally with the whip to start it off in Minnesota, but I mean, you can't squander as many golden chances and expect to win.
Now Bain sends it along in behind Niemi. Picked up in the far corner. Gazdic rolls it back later. A centering pass. Good stick there. It was broken up by Fiddler, and back the other way now. Sevier hands it off on the far side for Jordy Ben. Back for Colton Sevier. Now while the inboard's picked up by Fiddler. Spins away from Gasick, sends it out far sides. And a shot by Jordy Ben. Off the inboard, picked up by Travis Moen. Moen behind the net, trying to stuff it to the front. Blocked by Fain. Lays it up the near side. Oduya will hold it in. Sends it right back in front. Just missed the stick of Fiddler. And it rolls out to center ice up the far boards. And Lander will just try to get it deep. It actually hit the official. And now it's sent back the other way. It just jumped over the stick of Patrick Sharp, who just came on a chain. Sekera off the glass. Bounces it back inside the Star zone. Goligoski has it there for Klingberg. 13:40 remaining here in the second period. Lead pass now for Sharp. Redirects it in on Nielsen. Quickly moves it out to center ice. Stars back inside their own zone. Here is Klingberg with it. Drops it back, and his partner Goligoski have to go all the way back to the near corner to recover.
Where the Stars have really sent their wingers to the far blue line a lot in this game. The Oilers like to pinch up like that. The middle has been wide open.
Now a battle in the corner to the left of the Edmonton goal. Now behind the net. Sharp took a hit back there from Hendricks, and now it comes to Letestu at center ice. Little backhand flip into the Dallas zone as the Oilers were actually making a change as they brought it up the ice. Now Goligoski back the other way. Hands it off for Val Nichushkin, who dumps it in wide, goes in after it. Got a stick on it. It rolls in on Nielsen, and he covers up. Just over 7 minutes into the second period. Nielsen's been perfect. It's 1-0.
Center iceman, and that's what happened on that last exchange. The Stars zone. Vern Fiddler attentive there to knife that one away. The Edmonton boy, he told us, he tipped us off that he had a bet with a buddy here, that his buddy had to lose 20 pounds. And if his friend didn't lose 20 pounds, he would have to show up at an Oilers game like this. Cowboy Lou Gaines. Speedo cowboy hat. He's got a Vern Fiddler 38 sign and a Vern Fiddler 38 sketched in his back. Sorry you had to see that.
Did they have independent verification? I mean, if just relying on his word, why wouldn't he say I lost the 20 pounds rather than do that?
I think others were involved with a scale.
Okay.
I don't know what the wager was the other direction.
Yeah.
He obviously lost. Not the pounds, the bet.
Now Kara in on Nemeth on the forecheck as the puck comes around on the near side and out of the Dallas zone to center ice. Alexiak beats it ahead for Nichushkin. Nichushkin puts on the brakes. Now backhands it along. Greivis stepped up though for the Oilers to intercept. And he plays it off the far boards and out to center ice. Oilers on the attack now. A pass over the stick of Hall. And it's picked up by Jamie Benn. He'll start it back up the left wing side into the zone. And was Nichushkin offside? Yes, he could not quite hold up. And the linesman blow it down.
What a difference when you watch some individuals. Jamie's having a tough time putting the puck back in the net right now, but he does other things. He hustled up the ice to catch Taylor Hall, and then Taylor Hall did not step on the intensity throttle coming the other direction. Jamie went offside. He's the lodestar. What is a lodestar? A lodestar is the star that guides ships, and he's guided this Stars ship that's having a tough time scoring in Edmonton again. Same thing happened last year. They got beat 4-0 here.
Sekera, giveaway. Hemsky tried to set up Spezia. It was blocked, and Janmark tried to make a play. It's knocked away from him and pushed ahead by Nugent Hopkins. It's around 20 men. Sends it to the front. Quick redirect and a save by Niemi. Now comes up the near side of the Dallas zone. Picked up by Sekera. Trying to come out of the corner with it. Fending off Oduya with one arm. Now Sekera returns. Looks to the front. Pass blocked by Jordy Ben, comes right back to him for a backhand shot and a save by Niemi. Pushed to the near boards by Oduya. Now back to the line. Hemsky drops it back for Spezia. Into the zone, makes a move, trying to get it to the backhand. He does, and Nielsen the save.
Quite a rush. Again, capitulation from the Oiler D. The Lodestar's ship is starting to list a little bit. You can tell there's some weary legs. It was a hard-fought game in Vancouver last night. Had a tough time in and around the net. I think Niemi's been exactly what they needed and expected him to be. They've broken down a few times. At the other end, the guy's just been perfect. Boy, that's beautiful. In full flight, Jason Spezia manipulates the puck, gets a backhand bid in on Nelson, but he'll have none of it.
Well, you know that Nielsen's good one-on-one with the shooter because he's perfect in his NHL career shootouts. 6-0, including the recent win here against Boston. Fiddler out near the line, knocked away by Gasnick, and back to get it is Klingberg, but he gave it away to Purcell. Purcell back on the counterattack. Waits, drops it back. Here's Spain with a shot, and a save made by Niemi.
Boy, Big Gasnick went right to the net, took his eyes away, and Niemi still found it. His peekaboo game tonight has been phenomenal.
Dustin Schultz plays it ahead. Blocked center ice by the Stars. Pushed ahead by Sevier. He was defended well by Purcell, who turns it back the other way. Eddie Purcell across the line. Little backhand feed. Centering attempt. Blocked by Goligoski. Up the far boards, and the Oilers get a stick on it. Back near the line. Now it's sent across for Klefbom. Long backhand shot redirected by Gasnick, and a save made by Niemi there.
Yeah, welcome, Matt, for Luke Gasnick right in front of Niemi here on this shift.
Greiba plays it back into the Stars zone, and Stars get to it. Klingberg snaps it ahead. It's backhanded by Sevier. He'll get it in deep as that line will head to the bench. And the Eakin, Roussel, and Sharp trio will come out now for Lindy Ruff. Trying to find that first goal here on the road in Edmonton. Here is Sharp circling. High slot, takes a look with it. Rising shot, knocked down in front, hits a big defenseman, Greiba, who tries to rush back the other way, but it's taken away by Alexiak. Angles it off the boards now for Roussel. He drops it back for Cody Eakin. Eakin backhands it along. Roussel chasing after it. Pushes it up the near boards. Nemeth sends it back in deep. Jumped away from the stick of Eakin, and that allows the Oilers to clear it back out to center ice.
Boy, sometimes Patrick Sharp's just a jolt of energy within the game, isn't he? He comes out, and sprightly, dances around a little bit. Here he is again.
With a steal. Looking for some help. Sends it in front for Cody Eakin, and then to the near side for Alexiak. Eakin again tries to feed it up to Sharp. It deflects all the way to Nemeth. Nemeth with a shot, seeing eye, hit a stick and went just wide. Angle off the near board by the Oilers, and it bounces out to center ice. Klingberg back to get it. Under some pressure there from Draisaitl, trying to push it out of the zone. It doesn't come out. Here is Hall with it now. His pass is blocked. He knocks it down with a glove. Turns, has it on the forehand. Tries to feed the point. Knocked away by Sharp. Is he going to be able to break with it? He could not. Now it's broken up by the Oilers, sent back the other way. Draisaitl battling to get position on Nemeth. Has drawn a penalty, a rebound, and a chance is stopped by Niemi on the delayed call.
Wow. Pretty strong.
Got to credit Draisaitl here. It wasn't a clean situation, but he had Nemeth on the wrong side of the puck. Power play for the Oilers when we come back.
Beyond Draisaitl's bulwark to the net, and he just held off Nemeth. Stars with a curious change on this one. Boy, he's held my paid for it. Jamie Benn came in and filled him in. And on the tail end of all of that, Antti Niemi had to deal with Taylor Hall right down the slot and stopped him. Louis DeBrusk and Daryl Ray both looking at number 29 and saying it looks better on Draisaitl than it did on those two individuals. He's a good one. It's a little rich for him to be playing in the spot that he is right now, but because of injuries and a lot of the Edmonton Oilers right now, they're going to have to make a deal around here. I think everybody feels that.
Right.
Need some different pieces. They got a lot of sameness. And right now they get an opportunity to give themselves a little breathing room on the power play. You can feel this game starting to, there have been some forays by Dallas down into the Edmonton end of things, but it's starting to tip a little bit.
Third power play for the Oilers as it's broken up by Sevier and forced out to center ice. Two previous power plays for the Oilers not only failed to produce a goal, they only produced one shot on goal. As Korpikoski has to go back after this one, hands it off for Sekera. Up the right wing side for Jordan Eberle. Eberle now hands it off for Letestu across the line. Drops it back and nobody was there, and Sekera has it as the Oilers have to get back and regroup. First period goal by Taylor Hall, his 10th of the year unassisted at 14:49. All the scoring so far tonight is Letestu across the line with Eberle. He drops it back to the line. Sekera hammers a shot, knocked down in front, picked up by Eberle. Tries to pick a corner, missed the net. And Cody Eakin trying to get by Sekera, able to force it out to center ice.
O'Dewey is buckled by that shot block. Can't get off.
Jordy Benn couldn't play it up the wall. It was blocked. All able to move it along. It's angled off the boards now for Schultz. Schultz sends it on the far side. Dropped back by Draisaitl. Here is Schultz with it again. Top of the near circle, Nugent Hopkins with it. Decides to go back to Schultz for the long one-timer. Fought off by Niemi. Loose puck, not tied up by anybody yet. as it ends up along the end boards and swept around by Jamie Benn and got enough on it to clear it all the way down the ice.
Boy, really good work by those four, especially the three down low. Ben, and Johnny Oduya, who's in a lot of pain on the Stars bench.
Now Purcell on a rush into the Dallas zone. Draisaitl drops it back to Schultz. Up high, rocks the puck, hands it off now to Nugent Hopkins. Back to Schultz on the far side for Hall. Hall with a chop that was blocked by Alexiak. Now pushed to the corner for Draisaitl. Knocked away by Goligoski up the boards. Here is Hall with it. Hands it off. Draisaitl drops it out high slot. Nugent Hopkins goes back to Schultz for a shot that was blocked to the near corner. Out of the box now comes Nemeth. He's right in on Taylor Hall, pins him to the boards, and the centering pass picked off by Alexiak. He just lopped it back the other way, goes over the stick of Sharp, and that's going to be icing against the Dallas Stars, who are 3 for 3 on the penalty kill.
Well, that was an excellent kill. A lot of shot blocking and hustle. They're in a bit of a tough spot here right now, though. The best chance that the Oilers had was after the shot block by Oduya, and right in the slot, Eberle doesn't have assist yet this season. And as you mentioned, only 3 goals, misses this thing in the high slot. Stars have 3 defensemen on the ice right now, do they not?
Because of Nemeth coming out of the penalty box on the icing, and here's a shot block in the high slot by Goligoski. Goligoski, Nemeth, and Alexiak are out there along with Roussel and Sharp as it gets to center ice, but will it go far enough to make the change? Sharp will get to the bench. Now it's lobbed back behind Niemi around the near side. Taylor Hall sends it back to the far side of the Star zone. Antoine Roussel is there. Roussell's going to try that long bank pass. Didn't work out. It was blocked by Klefbom, who sends it back along. Niemi blocks it behind the net. Hands it off for Goligoski. Around now for Roussel, who just backhands it off the far boards and down the ice. And this will be icing again.
Not a good decision by Roussel, obviously, as they had full control and not a ton of pressure, and sometimes weary lungs and legs turn into weary minds, and they're still trying to get things completely sorted out here with these back-to-back icings. A dangerous spot in the game right now for Lindy Ruff's crew.
That's a one that go out of the corner, but Eberle got there first for the Oilers. Now he plays it along the end boards, and it's Nemeth who gets to it. Plays it up the near boards, but not out of the zone. It'll be chased down. Makarinen reverses, hands it off to Eberle. Eberle lost edge on the skate. Now Nugent Hopkins drives it back. Eberle back to Nugent Hopkins in the high slot. He tried to feed it to the line. It's blocked by Spezza and back out to center ice.
They finally get part of their change in here, man. That was a long time to have 3 defensemen on the ice.
Darnell Nurse back the other way. Takes it into the Star zone. Broken up by Klingberg, who will backhand it off the near boards and out the center ice. Draisaitl just did get it to Paul, who tried to make a little move on Spezza. Knocked away by Hemsky in deep. And Niemi out to play it along the near boards. Good decision there. And now Janmark, far side. Hemsky hands it off. Here comes Klingberg with some beat, but broken up and back the other way. Oscar Klefbom into the Star zone. High slot. Carroll sends it back to the line. Here is Klefbom. Tees up for a drive and a save by Niemi. And he will hold it there. 4:42 remaining here in the second period. Still just 1 goal, and it came in the first, the 10th right here for Taylor Hall. 1-0 Oilers late in the second period at Rexall Place. Rated for the holidays, 1-0 Oilers here in the second period. Holidays just around the corner, and you can take care of all your shopping with the Dallas Stars Holiday Hat Trick. Get 2 tickets to 3 Stars games starting at $90 plus a Stars fleece blanket for free. The Dallas Stars Holiday Hat Trick makes the perfect gift this holiday season. Get yours at 214-GO-STARS or DallasStars.com. Oilers want to draw Greiba's shot. With Draisaitl going to the front of the net. He got a stick on it. The save made by Niemi. And now we get a whistle for a hand pass, I believe.
Boy, Korpikoski was along the boards, and you end up on faceoffs like that with usually a defenseman and a winger along the boards, and he went straight to the front of the net. Sagan went out to contest that point shot, and if there's a rebound, he was all alone in front to grab it. The Stars look tired again, and understandably so.
Yeah. Greiba drives it along the boards behind Niemi. Bounces off the skates of Klingberg, and now Letestu trying to make something happen. Angled off the boards now for Greiba. Holds it in at the line, sweeps it toward the net. Went well wide. Klingberg pushes it ahead, and it's angled off the board by Seguin. Doesn't come out, hits an Oiler, and it is recovered. And backhanded by Korpikoski, far side for Letestu. He goes back to Korpikoski along the end boards. Now comes out on the near side, and Korpikoski has it again. Gryba slides it across. Bomb with a shot that hits off the end boards. Goligoski with it. And he was hooked on the play. A penalty coming against the Oilers in the offensive zone against Matt Hendricks. Tom McClellan won't like that. I know Hendricks doesn't like it.
No, he's apoplectic on his way to the box on the far side. Pretty good work again. Alex Goligoski, you could say that repeatedly almost every shift. His work defensively in his own zone. Smart pressure in behind the net. He knows when to go and help out. Comes in to help out. Little bump there, wins the puck, and then on his way out, it is a pretty ticky-tacky call. Stars will take it. Opportunity to push back here right now.
Conversation at the Stars bench, which is right down below us here at Rexall Place.
Yeah, they're trying to get the change in that they wanted. And the referee wasn't going to allow it. So home side gets the change last. Maybe that was part of the situation. Different look on this.
Yeah. So Eakin to take the draw. As the Dallas Stars go to work on their second power play. Puck ends up along the near boards. Out to the point now for Seguin. Quickly gets it across on the far side. Jordie Benn with a shot that was knocked down in front. Oilers trying to clear. They fail. A shot by Goligoski. Blocked again. Picked up by Jordie Benn. Now Val Nichushkin comes off the bench. Now Goligoski walks the line. Hands it off on the far side. Jordie Benn with a shot. Pass to the front. And a save made by Nielsen. I think Eakin got a stick on that. Hemsky tried to drop it back, but it's picked off. And it'll be sent by Lander all the way back down the ice.
That was pretty good. Win the draw, and Jordie Benn's got a real sneaky wrist shot from the point. He hit his own player with it on that one, but they came close.
Now Hemsky pushes it along the end boards. Nichushkin able to get it to Jamie Benn. Angled quickly off the boards. Goligoski goes back to the captain. Benn on the far side for a one-timer. Save made by Nielsen. Picked up by Jamie at the top of the near circle. Out to the line, Goligoski. Hemsky, Nichushkin. Jordie Benn also out here. Here's Jamie with a shot that off a stick. It sails wide of the Edmonton goal. Picked up by Goligoski on the far side. Now Jordie Benn able to get it loose for Val Nichushkin. Nichushkin out of the corner with a pass across. Hits a skate, and the Oilers get to it first and send it down the ice.
Trying to get it all the way through to Hemsky on the near side. Man, it's hard to get a shot straight from the point through to the net in the NHL right now, even if the other side has one fewer player on the ice.
Look out here, turned over off the stick of Spezza. Now Letestu picks it up. Got a man going to the front of the net in Lander, but end up along the boards now behind the Dallas goal, picked up by Klingberg. Just 20 seconds remaining in the Hendricks penalty.
Yeah, they can't get their power play to do them a favor right now, all of a sudden.
Jamie Benn trying to burst through, nearly pulled it off. Now it's taken away by Letestu. He clears the zone. Wheeling back now is Sharp. Hands it off on the far side for Spezza. Return for Sharp. Takes it deep. Trying to get around Sekera. Off a stick and picked up though by Spezza. Spezza far face-off circle with it. Tries a shot up high on Nielsen, who makes the save and covers up with 1:41 remaining here in the second period.
A little bit of frustration now, and obviously having to go to the lottery picker as far as changing things up a little bit when you're not getting what you want. And I think also the beginning of this trip began with a back-to-back set, and Lindy Ruff had to jockey things around to just try to drive a little bit of energy into the group. And I think because the power play hasn't been doing them any favors and trying to get something out of it, he did it again here late.
Face-off controlled by Fiddler. Shot, rebound chance, another one, they score! Mattias Janmark!
Face-off plays and face-off wins. Comes right out of that pressure on the power play. And Janmark, who scored a wonderful goal in Calgary. Big Alexiak on the far side. I mean, that long reach, he's a lefty, he can step right into it. Fiddler wins the draw, quick wrister. He gets in behind the defenses. It's terrible coverage by the Oilers. And 2-3 whacks at it. They finally solve Nilsson. Swede on Swede.
1-1 is our score with under a minute and a half remaining in the second period. Hall trying to get free from Fiddler.
He was just trying to draw a call.
Yeah, he was.
Good on the refs not calling that.
Now it's out near the line. The Oilers are going to hold it in. Draisaitl. Pushed to the outside by Oduya. Now Kara trying to make something happen in deep behind the Dallas goal. And finally reaching out with the glove as Niemi cover it up.
Well, I like Mattias Janmark. He's the type of guy that the coaches really appreciate. You know, everybody appreciates the Tyler Sagans and Jamie Benns of the world and that, but it's coaches that look at video, a lot of it, and they see the little things that a guy like Janmark does. He gets his stick involved defending. It's like a tire iron in the spokes of a bicycle when he's defending, and he's starting to find his range again offensively.
You mentioned second goal in 3 games now for Mattias. Alexiak and Fiddler on the assist.
It was good aggressive all around by the group on that attack zone faceoff.
Now here is Sharp, feeds it left wing side for Jamie Benn, getting in deep behind the Edmonton net. Knocked away from him. Sharp had it for a moment. Rolls off a his stick out to the line. Alexiak used the long reach to keep it alive. Now here is Sagan. For Jamie Benn, back for Sagan. He battles with Sekera. Now Sharp reunited with these two. Trying to battle through Nugent Hopkins. Sekera comes up with the puck along the near boards. Feeds it to his partner Darnell Nurse up the far side, and it doesn't come out of the zone for the Oilers. It'll be picked up here by Benn, but knocked away from him. And look out here, the Oilers have a 2-on-1 from center ice. Eberle looks across. He waits, and he lost it. They never got a shot away. Now Nurse out at the far point. He'll try one that's blocked by Alexiak, who fails to clear. Nurse again with a shot, knocked down by the glove of Alexiak. He picks it up, and he will get it to center ice and flip it back toward the Edmonton zone. A little bit of adventure in the closing seconds of this second period, but a late goal Fraser by Janmark has tied this game.
The Alexiak looked like King Kong swatting planes from the top of the Empire State Building. Eberle's got no confidence and no hands right now. Subject to some trade rumors around here, and he just ginsued that thing into the corner after they flew the zone and then got a 2-on-1 and got nothing, not even a shot on net out of it. Yeah, big goal by the Stars late in that middle frame, obviously.
0 for 2 on the power play, including a late second period opportunity, but after the pressure of the power play, a face-off win, Alexiak shot, go to the net, Mattias Janmark is rewarded. And we have a 1-1 game through 40 minutes. Stay with us. Our second intermission activities are straight ahead. Final NHL season for Rexall Place. The iconic statue of the great one, Wayne Gretzky, with that familiar jersey tuck. They got that right on the statue. They put out there holding the cup. Razor, I know you were in this building for a couple of those cups back in the 80s.
I was just a junior lad back in '84 when they won for the first time. This place opened in 1974 as Northlands Coliseum. Oilers came in '79, I think, WHA team before the NHL team. Then Skyreach on to Rexall. Yeah, they, 5 cup champions. The names in here, it's a Hall of Fame of Hall of Famers is what it is.
Yeah.
And the new building downtown, which will open up next year. And hey, this has been a grand old edifice. It's seen a lot of phenomenal hockey through the years, but it's time. And we're looking forward to that. I know that everyone around here is for sure.
It's time to have a bathroom on our level where we broadcast games.
Yeah. I'm going to stop bringing my catheter to the press box when we come to Edmonton next year. Back in the day, this was the best sheet by a mile.
Yeah.
The old pipes aren't what they used to be, though. The ice surface not what it used to be, but we'll see what it conjures up here in the third tonight.
Stars moving left to right. 1-1 our score. Lindy Ruff talked to the media before the game. He said, I've told our guys, you're going to have to learn to win some games 2-1. Might be what we're looking at right here. As it's blocked by Jordy Benn right in front of the Stars bench down below us, and it's flipped back into the Dallas end of the ice. Cody Eakin moves it away from the on-rushing forecheck of Laurie Korpikoski. It bounces off of Roussel on the far side. Now Oduya, a little bit of difficulty with it. Comes to the near side. Jordy Benn angles it off the boards, and Sharp trying to get a stick on it. Does. He's angled off the puck by Darnell Nurse, and it's picked up Hendricks knocked away from him, picked up by Sharp. The shot, he tried to go far side on Nielsen. Now teed up by Goligoski. Save made by the Edmonton goaltender. And here's Jamie Benn with it now, trying to cut to the front. Lost it, recovers it. All the way back near the line, he hands it off to Tyler Seguin. Seguin, little self-chip off the wall, hands it back to Sharp. Right in front, redirected, a save by Nielsen. Backhand it again, and another stop. There's the top line for the Stars coming close early here in the third as they did to start this game. Icing.
Patrick Sharp out here with a long shift. He's like, hey, my old buddies are back on the ice. I'm staying out here. They almost cash in. Seguin and Benn. I don't know that either of the tight end shots were real hot shots. A little deflection. That's a difficult one for Big Nelson. Great concentration on that. Second one hit a leg in front. Oilers are forced to ice it. Now Big Val's out.
Face-off ends up below the goal line, picked up by Jamie Benn, trying to stuff it in front, recovered now by Nichushkin. Far side, far point. Klingberg sweeps it toward a crowd in front, blocked to the far side. Korpikoski tries to play it up the boards, but it's blocked. He has it again. Now it goes off a skate of an Oiler. Well, Nichushkin swoops in and gets it. He angles it off the boards, but it goes on the wrong side of Klingberg and goes all the way down the ice.
And a tough pass allows the Oilers to get their fresh legs on the ice here now.
Now Klingberg hands it off far side. Goligoski enters the zone. Softly chips it in deep. Draisaitl spins away from Nichushkin. Now it's pushed up the far side. Pulled off the wall by Seguin, but trickles out to center ice. Jordie Benn hammers it right back in. Hands it off for Hall, off his stick, turned over. Here's Janmark for Hemsky. Hemsky takes it deep. Around the net. Holds on. Tried to get it to Spezza. His stick was tied up. Now Jordie Benn with a shot that's blocked. Pushed along, and Oilers turn it over again. Still in Edmonton territory. Now knocked away from Janmark. And Taylor Hall, the Edmonton goal scorer, starts it back the other way. Now Kara puts it in front. It sits on the ice right outside the Dallas crease. Pushed to the near boards, and the Stars get it out to center ice. Janmark starting it back. He's got Spezza coming with speed. Janmark hits it other side for Hemsky with a shot. And a save made by Nielsen. Now Spezza back to the line. Poked away from Nemeth. And out to neutral ice.
Stars have controlled the play to start this third period. First 3 minutes, they pretty much owned the puck.
Lead pass now for Fiddler. Redirected in along the boards behind Nielsen. He sweeps it to the far corner. Schultz up the far side. Everly. Puck in his skates. Challenged by a couple of Stars players now. Finally, the puck pops free. Nurse back behind his own net. Off a stick. Recovered by Everly. And he gets enough on it to get it out to center ice. Stars get to it quickly, though. Late offside. The Stars thought they had tagged up, but they did not. So now they have to just fall back. As Nurse from center ice wristing it in wide in Niemi. Picked up by Goligoski off the end board. Didn't get it by Anton Lander, who drops it back in deep. Gastic got a stick on it. Now here is Lander. Walks up the wall with it. Tries to backhand it to the corner. Fiddler pinned along the board. Puck comes free. It'll be picked up by Travis Moen. He'll start it back. And from center ice, he'll lay it softly into the Edmonton zone. Taken away by Sharp, who hustled down. Anticipating Nielsen was going to play that puck. Now Sharp out near the blue line. Had it knocked away by Sekera. Sharp had positioning, and he'll just skate it back into his own end and regroup. Turns it back up the ice. Hands it off on the far side. Eakin rolls one in on Nielsen. Just angled his goal stick. Put it up high on the glass. Jordie Benn chops it back. Roussel. That shot was blocked by Hendricks over to the far side. And Greiba, with some help, able to get it to center ice.
Well, they have the Oilers just chasing. I'm sure the conversation in the Stars room between periods was about Will more than anything else. Finish this road trip off with a great period. Lindy talked about that in the back-to-back to begin this when they played at home and then went to Minnesota, that Will would be important.
Yep.
Way more important than skill.
Oilers from deep in their own zone. Goes off the stick of Jamie Benn. Recovered, though, by Hendricks back deep in his own zone. Angles it to the far side. Korpikoski just trying to clear. Successful doing that. And Nemeth backing up into his own zone. Gets the return here from Jamie Benn.
And here the building enlivened a little bit here, trying to urge on the Oilers.
Shushkin was knocked off his skates.
Like a little flying chicken wing.
Now it's off the stick of Jordie Benn. He'll chase after it as Kara was coming in looking for some loose change. Now the Oilers have to get back to center ice. Now it comes to Kara again across the line. Knocked away by Jordy Ben, but not out of the zone. Draisaitl pushes it back in deep. Here's Hall. Jordy knocks it away from him up the far side. Draisaitl has it one more time toward the front of the net. Blocked. And a lead pass from Hemsky behind everybody. Here's Janmark cutting in for the shot. And a save made by Nielsen.
In behind the Oiler defense again. Janmark's had a great game tonight. Well, there's nothing to look at, I don't think, for the Star shooters against this big Nilsson. He's just filled the net.
Now it comes to Klingberg. He'll flip one in on Nielsen, who just blockers it to the far corner. Nurse pressured by Janmark. And by Goligoski, or rather Hemsky, and that puck deflects out of play.
Unlike me back in the day, I like to create some openings for the shooters, make more of a contest. This is a real cagey veteran play by Oduya. He buys Jordy Ben a little bit of time going back into his own zone so he could catch up to that puck. And then the liberation pass through the middle. Hemsky to Janmark. Had it out front, got hacked on the stick by Nurse just as he was shooting it. But again, you know, he's been great tonight. Nilsson, their goaltender. But when they come in on him, on these wee little nets, these 6x4 nets in the NHL, nothing to shoot at.
He seems to like it the busier the workload. He faces more than 40. He's tough.
Looks like he's going to get there tonight. And then some.
Sevier back to get it. Coming off a 38 save performance in that shootout win over Boston a couple of nights ago.
He just has a bit of a presence about him in there.
He does.
He did in Dallas, and he has here again tonight. That's one area the Oilers have had trouble.
Here's Fiddler. Quick shot and a save made by Nielsen. He thought he had it covered. It popped free. Out to the line, Nemeth. Patrick Nemeth hands it off for Fiddler. Fiddler trying to make something happen. This was the crew that was responsible for the Dallas goal there late in the second period to get us to 1-1.
Yeah, it was a weird sequence. It was a bit of a broken line augmentation sequence of the game where the Stars had a power play. Right after, they had mix and match players on the ice and cashed in.
Backhanded by Letestu in behind the Emmy. Nemeth wraps it around. Hendricks waits. High slot Letestu. Hands it off. Now angled off the near board down to the line. Nurse with a shot. Didn't get through, and it's all the way outward. Sharp can skate away with it. Hands it off on the far side for Antoine Roussel. Forced to the outside by Schultz. Now Purcell between the legs tried to clear. Eakin blocks it. Sends it back along the boards behind the Edmonton goal. Up to the near side. Oilers just looking to clear, and Letestu taps at the center ice. Hendricks. Right wing side. A little dump to the corner there by Purcell. Cody Eakin with it. Pressured. Now the puck rolls up the board. Sekera spins back trying to make something happen here. Sekera along the wall. Hands it off. Looks for the return. And it's broken up by Nichushkin. He'll start up the right side trying to get those big strides of his going. He's turned back. Still has control of it. Sends it far side. Oduya with a shot that was blocked before it got to the Edmonton goal. Now backhanded out through center ice and a race for it here. Hustling over Oduya. They got there just ahead of Draisaitl. The center ice, it jumps over the stick of Jamie Benn, and that's going to be icing against Dallas.
Well, Big Val Nichushkin has been impressive on this road trip. Another great pass through the middle of the box in the attacking zone. And, you know, he scored that brilliant goal last night, but I think it's been his puck movement as much as his puck muling. Hustles down, holds some people off. Look at him, straight arm. Turns back against Greiba, finds the seam in the middle of the ice, and Oduya on the back door gets a bid.
It was all about the coaches wanting him to do everything in his game a little quicker. Razor, right? They, move his feet, move pucks.
Boy, he's certainly done that. His skating has been outstanding.
Nugent Hopkins broken up by Jamie Benn. Neutral ice. Here's Nichushkin back into the offensive zone with a wrist shot and a save made by Nielsen. He'll hold it there. And we will step aside. 11:36 remaining here in the third period. Will we need more than that?
With some pop here in the third period. They've outshot the Oilers 8-0 in the first 8 minutes and change. Guys who have led as far as time on the ice. Again, the Stars played last night. Sagan and Benn have combined for 10 shots. Nilsson's been terrific in net for the Oilers. I mean, this really could be a high-scoring game right now with the chances we saw, especially in the first two periods. Instead, it's a 1-1 goalie duel.
Off the draw, quick shot and another save by Nielsen. That time off the stick of Goligoski. Wheeled to the corner by Janmark. Now Hemsky with it out to the line. Klingberg couldn't keep it in. Handled off the boards and loose in the middle of the ice. Poked ahead by the Stars, but recovered by the Oilers. Stars have doubled up Edmonton 36-18 shots on goal. Goligoski pushes it ahead. Center ice. Here is Spezza. Across the line. Takes it wide. Intercepted by Herschel, and Spezza went down. It's going to be a penalty here. It's going to go against the Edmonton Oilers.
Interference. Darnell Nurse was down in the corner with Spezza when he came into the zone with the puck, and there's more verbal disagreement from the Oilers. And he hit him right in the chops, too. The puck was long gone. Ref was 10 feet away. And it wasn't, Spezza was not engaged with Nurse. He was engaged with another player. And I bet you that's why they nailed young Nurse, who makes his second trip across the ice. Well, here you go. See how the Stars unfold this here. They're going to go with the conventional #1 power play that we've seen. See if they can shake themselves out of their little funk they're in right now.
Well, they've hit the magic number with their third power play. The Oilers control the draw, and they get it off the glass, past Spezza down the ice.
I still find it incredible that Tyler Seguin only has 3 power play goals so far this season with the number of opportunities he's had.
Look out here, a giveaway. Letestu pushes it off the boards, and the Stars are going to recover. But again, not good crisp passing or decision-making coming out of the zone here.
Well, John Klingberg's had some moments with the puck here tonight.
Far side now for Seguin, and that didn't have enough on it. The Oilers got there first and pushed it back.
You know, a guy who can run the point too and did it for a decade in Chicago is sharp, and he, I think, has been terrific tonight.
Jamie Benn sends it around behind. Nielsen picked up though by Greiba, and he failed to get it by Tyler Seguin, who snaps it across to Jamie Benn. Out to the line for Spezza now. Now the #1 power play unit has it set up in the Edmonton zone here, approaching the halfway mark of the third period. 1-1 our score. Jamie Benn back to Spezza. Out to the line for Klingberg. Looking far side. Seguin's ready for the one-timer, but it comes aside to Spezza. He'll hammer a shot that's blocked. Off the leg to the far side, recovered by Klingberg. Walks to the middle of the blue line, hands it off Seguin to the front of the net. Blocked by the Oilers. They pick it up and send it down the ice.
Well, they tried to tug at the Oilers a little bit, and they stayed rather strict with what they were doing, and the Stars very perimeter with their power play here.
Down to a half minute remaining in the Darnell Nurse minor penalty. 9.5 remaining in the third. Here's Hemsky, makes a move, gets in for a chance here, and a save by Nielsen.
Boy, whether it's even strength or on the power play, their D are getting blitzed at times tonight. This is a seductive and alluring rush by Hemsky into the interior. Wrist shot. He's beat some goaltenders with that. Boy, shades of early in the season when he was like this and producing goals and points. And again, Nielsen, a heartbreaker. Good stop. Sea of good stops from him tonight.
22 seconds still remaining on this power play. Face-off kicked in deep by Eakin, and Nichushkin going to use that long reach of his. Greiba pushes it along, though, for Hendricks. Has an opening and flips it over everybody all the way down the ice.
And curious to see what the scoring chance total is at the end of this game for Dallas, because there have been a lot.
Gordy Benn carries it along as Nurse comes out of the box. It's around on the near side for Nichushkin. Now picked up by Hemsky. He's pinned to the boards, and the Oilers come out with it. There's the defenseman up on the rush here. Winds up, has a little room, goes to the top of the circle. Save made by Niemi. Now Eakin starts it back the other way. Hands it off on the far side. Colton Sevier backhands it along the boards behind the Edmonton goal. Wrapped around the glass. Klingberg waiting at the point. Again, could not hold it in. Now Cody drops it back for Oduya. Middle of the ice for Colton Sevier here. Carry up the far side into the Oilers zone. Drops it off. Janmark with it. Tries to roll it back in deep. Vern Fiddler coming out of the corner. On the backhand. Off his stick.
Wow, they're going to call that.
Boy, Fiddler did a good job moving his feet, but wow.
Yeah. Here comes the power play again. Edmonton with 5, 2 minutes for holding.
You hear the call against Mark Bain for holding. Power play Dallas when we come back.
Anders Nilsson has had a large tilt tonight in the pipes for the Edmonton Oilers. Only the one shot has eluded him. 36 of 37, a big reason why. This is a tie hockey game. Major reason why it is. I mean, it started on the first shift of the game. Seguin all alone, Ben all alone, Ben all alone, Seguin all alone. I mean, these are the leading scorers in the National Hockey League that have been in tight all alone, shooter against goalie. And he has bettered them repeatedly. Such a big guy, terrific awareness. You can tell he's pretty competitive. I'm sure this is a welcome challenge to go up against the #1 offense in the league here tonight. 18 scoring chances for the Stars in the game. And they'll get more here. Fane in the box. The Stars are 1 for their last 18 against the Edmonton Oilers on the power play. 1 for 18.
Second power play of this third period, 4th of the game. Face-off, though, controlled by the Oilers. They've done a good job starting off these power plays, winning that draw, and it's dumped all the way back down behind the Emmy. Settles it there for Klingberg. Out here with Seguin, Jamie Benn, Spezza, Patrick Sharp. Klingberg drops it back here, Spezza with it. Carries across the line into the zone. Takes it by wrist shot, and a save by Nielsen. And the puck cleared to the line, but held in by Jamie Benn. Held it off to Spezza at the half wall. Now the near board, now to Klingberg. Klingberg waits, lets it go, redirected in Glennon. Cleared by the Oilers, but not out. Picked up on the far side, shot pass to the front, and that was off of something after Jamie Benn had a great opportunity, went out the far side and the Oilers cleared. Klingberg drops it back. A familiar drop pass in neutral ice for Spezza. Now for Tyler Seguin, angles it off the boards for Klingberg. Sends it across for Sharp. Sharp with a shot. Save made. Loose puck out in front of an open net and cleared aside by the Oilers to the far boards. Tyler Seguin puts on the brakes, gets to the top of the circle. Saucers it back down to Klingberg. Back for a one-timer by Seguin. That was blocked by the defenseman Sekera. Comes right back Seguin. Hands it off in deep. Angled off the boards. Nice Benson picked up by Klingberg. Klingberg now for Sharp on the near side. Back for Klingberg. Far side for a one-timer that didn't get all the way through, and Sekera is buying his time. Backhanded all the way down the boards. Less than half a minute remaining in the Fane penalty.
Again, the problem isn't creating opportunities to score. The issue for the Stars tonight is actually scoring the goal. Boatloads of opportunities.
Lead pass for Hemsky, tried to dart in on a nice feed, and it rolls all the way to the Oiler crease where it's covered by Nielsen. So at least a face-off razor deep in the Edmonton zone with 10 seconds remaining in the Fane penalty.
Here's that big deep drop that the Stars use on their entry, and this is a real deep one. In comes Spezza, goes through the labyrinth and tests Nielsen. Stars followed that up again. Wrist shot from distance. There was a rebound on the far side. Ben almost scored on that one. He almost scored again on a backdoor setup from Tyler Seguin. But it's a night of just abouts and almost for the Stars offense.
Fiddler goes down to one knee to win the draw, but it's recovered by the Oilers, and they send it all the way down, and that's going to do it.
But they survived that one. That was the best-looking power play of the night for Dallas.
How about 5 shots
no style,
on that power play?
No style points, though, and as the boys in the truck alluded to, 6 minutes to go. Who do you think's getting the next penalty if there is one? I'll guarantee it's not going to be Edmonton.
Jordy Benn, long pass around the boards now for Roussel. He dropped it back looking for Fiddler. Didn't hit the mark, and it's cleared by the Oilers outside the line. Trying to buy some time there, though, with Sevier. But the Oilers get it back. Then ahead to Taylor Hall. Knocked away, but recovered here by Draisaitl. Draisaitl cutting in, and the Emmy reached out with the goal stick and knocked it away. Cleared up the boards by Eakin and Roussel. On a second effort, able to get it all the way to Alexiak center ice, and he'll hoist one in on Nielsen. A bouncing puck, and he has to be careful with it. And he'll hold it for a faceoff. We will step aside with 5:24 remaining in regulation. Oilers and Stars tied at 1.
Open the scoring for the Oilers. I don't know that he's spun a wheel since then. And Matthias Janmark likes Alberta. Scored in Calgary, south of here, and has scored here tonight. As promised earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Look at the 2 goals in the game. Back in the first period, late in the first period. Little turnover. miscue by the Stars, and then Patrick Nemeth got walked around by Taylor Hall. Real odd off-balance goal. And then the tying goal late in the second period. Face-off win by the Stars. Janmark got to the net. Bad coverage again by Fane and the Oiler defense. And that's been it. Other than that, it's just been pure radiance from the two netminders throughout the game, especially Anders Nilsson.
Shots are 42-20. Shot attempts, Razor 73 for the Stars, 41 for the Oilers.
What is it in the third period? I mean, it's just been complete domination.
Face off to the left of the Edmonton goal. Spezza wins it to the near boards. It's picked up by Hemsky. Hemsky below the goal line on Darnell Nurse. Comes out on the far side. Out to the line, Goligoski, and that was blocked. And back out to center ice in front of the Dallas bench. It is offside as Everly Nugent-Hopkins is trying to make something happen.
Stars got beat 4-0 here last year when they walked in. The former Dallas Star, Mr. Bachman, was in the pipes that night. So you tack on, he stopped all 29 that night. Nilsson has stopped 41 and 42 years a night. They're having a problem solving Oilers netminding in Edmonton right now.
Nurse off the board. Purcell couldn't control it. Just redirects it down inside the Dallas line. Now just inside 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Lead pass. Spezza redirects it in toward Nielsen. He moves it away from Janmark. Eddie Purcell along the near boards. Angles it off the glass. And here's Alexiak with it. Middle of the ice now for Nichushkin. Bursting through. Will he get a shot away? Ooh, it's hooked down. That was more egregious than some of the things that they have called.
I agree.
Wow.
If it's power plays aren't stacked up, I think Dallas is on the power play right now.
Now sent deep into the Stars zone, wrapped around, but not out. Greiba, did he hold that one in? No, he did not. That came outside the line. Yep, linesman right down below it. Boy, Val Cormier with the call.
Big Val and his ability to just plow through the opposition. He gets met by a sea of blue jerseys and just goes straight through everybody. 4 of them chase him in, and nothing wrong with that one. Again, they shouldn't handicap it, but when you have a team that's had the puck as much and outplayed the other side as much, it shouldn't be a shock that the power plays are, 5-1 in the game.
Yeah.
This hasn't happened a lot for the Stars this season.
Back pass now for Nichushkin off of his stick, but in deep. It'll be Nielsen moving it away from Nichushkin. Following up, though, with Jamie Benn. Pushes it to the far corner. Now recovered on the far side by Kara, and he's able to get it out to center ice. Oduya with it. Off the near boards into the Edmonton zone. We're under 4 minutes now remaining in regulation around the boards. And Draisaitl clears it. Jordy Benn sends it right back in. I thought this was the part of the game where the team that traveled last night, the Dallas Stars, might start to show signs of weariness, but they've been the stronger team as this has moved on, and here comes Sharp. Takes it wide into the Edmonton zone. Tried to go back to the point. It was broken up, though, by Kara, and he sends it across near side of center ice, and Taylor Hall will send it back behind Niemi, who slowed it down with a goal stick, and it's picked up by Goligoski. Out of the Star zone, hands it off to Klingberg. Rolls it up on the glass in behind Wilson around on the far side. Schultz sends it back along, and it's hammered along the boards and out by the Oilers. Goligoski gets there, moves it to Klingberg. Klingberg got it into the Edmonton zone. Taken now by Nurse. Thinks about a stretch pass. Now he'll try it. Bounces away from Nemeth. Picked up by the Oilers. Wrapped in front between the circles. Off the stick. Comes out to the line. Teed up by Sekera. He'll let it go. Into the glove of Niemi. As we're inside 3 minutes now remaining in the third.
Everybody was boxing out in front, and Niemi had a beat on that one from distance. A rare face-off in the Dallas end of things because of that. And you can't ask for anything more than what you've received from your group if you're the Stars coaching staff. I agree with you. They should be on fumes right now. They look like they were sputtering a little bit in the second period, and then, they find a second wind, third wind, if you will. I mean, this is tough. That was a hard game last night in Vancouver. Long travel, late night.
Nugent-Hopkins with a face-off win. Greiba shot off the skate of Nemeth. And he will flip it back the other way. Glove down. Now off the stick, and Nichushkin delayed offside, so the Stars go back and tag up, and the Oilers from behind their own net started up the ice. Far side for Nugent Hopkins. Tries to get going with some speed to the neutral zone. He does. Hands it off. Looks for the return, but it's a shot that gets through to Niemi, who has it on the glove and a faceoff in the Dallas zone.
They just have not had the puck an awful lot to do what they just did. There's Jordan Eberle, who had that great chance back in the second period when he walked in on a 2-on-1 and they never even got a shot off. He looks completely off his game right now.
Yeah.
He's a team worst -11. He hasn't had an assist in a month. He's been back for a month. He got injured in camp.
Face-off controlled by the Oilers out to the line. A shot lobbed in wide of the Dallas goal. Worked off the near boards for Patrick Sharp, and he'll start it back the other way. Far side now for Roussel. Puts on the brakes as he's met by Sekera. Sends it along the boards for Cody Eakin. Now behind the net, it's picked up by Sharp. He skates it out the far side. Sharp puts on the brakes. Now backhands it along the end boards. Roussel pushes it up the far side. Draisaitl gets there for the Oilers and able to clear it. Turned right back by the Stars and backhanded by Eakin from the Edmonton side of center ice. So he got it deep so they can make the change. As we're inside 2 minutes now remaining in regulation. Angled off the boards. Kara had it for just a moment. It's knocked away. Recovered by Goligoski. Feeds it on the right wing side for Klingberg. Klingberg top of the circle. Lets one go. Tipped by Hemsky off the side of the net. Quick centering attempt. Didn't get what he wanted out of Razor. It's covered up by the Edmonton goalie.
They're a 90%er tonight. You know, 90% of the things that are unfolding are perfect. It's the last 10% where they execute around the net. It's a real hard pass. Nicely picked up by Klingberg. Then he just leads Hemsky going to the net. None of the Oilers went with him. And that was against the grain on Nilsson. Difficult to deal with from a goaltender's perspective. Beautifully set up. Architects all the way up the ice on that.
Face off left of Nielsen. It's Spezza, Janmark, Hemsky, Goligoski, Klingberg, and the draw though controlled by the Oilers. Angled off the boards out to center ice. Hemsky's there. Back for Klingberg. Brings it up the near side. Now off the stick of Hemsky. Deflected back deep into the Edmonton zone. Schultz moves it around. Left bomb. Plays it up the near side. Hendricks. Verlander. Now Letestu sends it in deep. Niemi did come out to try to play that. Lindbergh tried to move it along. It was blocked. Now Lander tries a centering attempt. That didn't get through the stick of Klingberg, and we're back the other way. And it's taken by Janmark. A minute remaining in regulation. A pass in front looking for Spezza. Goes all the way to the near boards. The Oilers are there, and they lift it back out to center ice. Nichushkin hands it off for Oduya. Oduya plays it back up the far side. Oilers intercept. Now it comes to Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins pulls up just inside the line, but had it knocked away by Jamie Benn, who flips it back out the other way. Nugent Hopkins back to get it again. He's run over by Benn, who tries to get a stick on it. He does. Now here's Nichushkin feeding it first, taking first shot far side. He didn't miss by much.
What a quick play by Nichushkin. What a bold play by Benn to start it off.
Now Eberle on the far side, just trying to lift it out of there. He did. Jamie got a stick on it, but it's recovered by the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins center ice, sends it far side, goes off a stick, picked up by Eberle. Good diving poke check though by Oduya. Now Purcell pinned along the boards. Final 10 seconds of this one. It's along the end boards. They try to get it to the front. They do. Picked up by Jamie Benn. He eludes a check and angles it off the boards. And we are going to 3-on-3 here at Rexall Place.
Stars played to win this game in the third period. The Oilers played to go where we're going next. 2 overtime.
Well, the OT heroes in the past have been Klingberg, Seguin, and Jamie Benn. Who will be the hero? Stay with
3-on-3 overtime. Tough to block shots. Your cream usually rises. It certainly has for the Stars, who've won thrice. Jamie Benn at home against the Canucks. Klingberg at home against the Wild. And at the beginning of this road trip, Tyler Seguin. Slide backhand over top. We'll see what kind of magic they have here. They couldn't win the game in the overtime in Calgary on the trip. That one went to a shootout, and the Stars got beat in the shootout. They had a power play in overtime on that, too.
That's their only blemish beyond regulation. See, the Stars in the games that have been decided 3-on-3 are a perfect 3-0. The Oilers At 2-2, so the familiar lineup of Seguin, Benn, and Klingberg out here against Draisaitl, Hall, and Klefbom.
A lot of it's predicated on who wins this draw in the NHL 3-on-3.
And it's controlled by Seguin, back to Klingberg. Here in the overtime, the Dallas Stars moving from right to left. Klingberg goes back to the side of his net to gain control. Being pressured by Hall, makes a nice move to spin away from the Edmonton forward. Now skates it ahead, makes a move, drops it back down to Seguin, darts to the middle. Seguin, a shot and a save made by Nielsen, and he drops it down and hands it off for the Oilers to come back the other way. Draisaitl now for Hall. Hall across the line, back to the front for Draisaitl. He redirected it up high, and a save made by Niemi. And now Jamie Benn, he lost it. Draisaitl though. Good recovery by Klingberg to block it. Nobody can get control of it. It comes in front, a shot for Everly, scores! Seconds into the overtime, Jordan Everly with his 4th goal of the year. And when you see shots like this, you wonder how this guy only has 4.
You can hear it go in. Jamie had trouble with the puck, and then right after that, it rattled off the skate of Tyler Seguin and his stick on the far side. Those 2 bobbles led to the Everly wrister over the glove of Niemi. The better team didn't win tonight. But that's the roll of the dice once you get into overtime. Hard-earned point by Dallas. They deserve the full 2 points here tonight.
Well, they get 6 points on the trip racer, and they go to 42 points, 8 points ahead of second place St. Louis in the division. For Darrell Ray, the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Strader. Thanks for joining us 2-1 in overtime. The Oilers over the Stars.